I am Kwame Kamau Ajamu. I spent 28 years of my life in prison, 3 years on death row for a crime I did not commit.
Hi, my name is Garrett Wayne Jamison. I'm the 119th death row exoneree in the United States. I did 20 years on Ohio death row. In Ohio, I watched 56 of my friends get executed.
My name is Juan Roberto Melendez. I'm the number 99 person in the nation to be exonerated and released from death row for a crime I did not commit. I spent 17 years, 8 months and 1 day in death row.
Witness to Innocence is the only national organization composed of and led by exonerated death row survivors and their family members. Our mission is to abolish the death penalty by empowering our members to be leaders in the abolition movement. We also seek ways to support death row survivors and their loved ones as they confront the challenges of life after exoneration. Sabrina Butler-Smith was only a teenager when she was convicted for the death of her 9-month-old son, Walter, and sentenced to die in Mississippi. Today, she shares her experiences all around the country.
Imagine going to death row at that age. I lost my son. I didn't get a chance to grieve, didn't know where he was buried, none of that. But here I am on death row, in a cell no bigger than your bathroom. Imagine sitting in a cell for 2 years, 9 months, with no human contact. What do you do when you're inside of this cage and you know there's no way out? And you sentenced to die for something that you didn't do? I go to everywhere, anywhere I possibly can go to try to tell my story so that people like you can understand what happens when you are thrown into the system.
Witness to Innocence began after Sister Helen Prejean met Ray Krone, an innocent man sitting on death row in Arizona. Ray was exonerated and released after 10 years in prison, and in 2003, he and Sister Helen founded Witness to Innocence.
What better a voice to speak out against the death penalty than somebody that actually suffered the consequences? Not fully the whole way through to be executed, but had actually been on death row. And this was all about for the empowering exonerees to be able to tell their story, go out and change the country, people's minds, governments about the death penalty. I'll have to really confess, I used to support the death penalty, but it was because it never mattered to me. I wasn't concerned about the death penalty. It wouldn't affect me, it wouldn't affect my family. At least I didn't think so, until the day it happened.
If I'd have had a clue what I was gonna have to spend for the next 9 years, I'd have made them kill me that day. That's what I experienced in America, physical torture. In 1970, being brutalized and tortured, interrogated hours and days at a time, telling me that I did something that I didn't do.
Shujaa Graham spent 5 years on San Quentin's death row for a crime he didn't commit.
I want justice for all. We can be a secure society without having to relate to capital punishment as a form to correct someone. What did the Crips say? Tookie Williams, who died on San Quentin death row, God bless his soul. He said, what's the difference between a murderer and a state that murders? And the predetermined outcome is orchestrated death. He said, when someone robs, do we enact robbery against a robbery as a form of punishment to show that robbing is wrong? Of course not. Well, why when someone kills, we say life is the most sacred thing, and we kill to prove that killing is wrong? There's no way to go.
Shujaa, Ray, Sabrina, and all of the members of Witness to Innocence are working to end the death penalty by telling their powerful stories and exposing the fatal flaws in America's justice system. Death row exonerees have been pivotal in every state that has abolished the death penalty since 2003.
And one of the wonderful things, or amazing things that show what the message of exonerees has to offer was the fact that these governors, when they signed that bill to abolish the death penalty, they cited the possibility of executing an innocent person as weighing heavy on their mind. That they didn't want to be responsible for executing an innocent person.
I'm Kirk Bloodsworth, Executive Director of Witness to Innocence. More than 165 people in the United States have been exonerated from death row. I am one of them. This means for every 9 executions, 1 person has been found innocent. There's no telling how many innocent people are sitting on death row today, or even worse, how many have been executed. The only way to end this injustice is to end the death penalty. As death row survivors, we at Witness to Innocence have dedicated ourselves to the abolition of the death penalty. Will you join us today?